to Sisters in Company Talking About It live show. Hosted by me, Dr. Sharon Cradle and Sherelle Higgins. We will be discussing intriguing, intricate, inspirational, informative, and intelligent topics with our individual twists and talents.
We will present real stories, real solutions, and engage in real talk.
So we invite you to be our company every Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock p.m. as we focus on transcendent thinking that will move you forward. You become the company you keep.
What company do you keep? Oh yeah, we are biological sisters by way of the south side of Chicago. So get ready to keep company with us and our guests as we talk about it. Well, welcome to Sisters in Company. I'm the sister here, rolling solo with these two fine gentlemen I have with me. I am Sherelle Higgins, and I am the favorite of this dynamic duo, or should I say of this dynamic trio. We are going to have a good show today. We're going to be talking to these young gentlemen about the next phase in life and what that means to them and how they are planning to go forward. So I will have... to my left, I will let Mr. Donovan introduce himself.
Hello, I'm Donovan Richardson.
And to my right, I have the boy.
I mean, y'all already know who I am, so
No
introduction needed.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we got Jalen on my right, the one who don't need an introduction. And so, as you could tell, Sharon is not here today, so I decided to invite these gentlemen here to help me co-host this show, and they were more than happy to do so because they weren't doing anything else. And so I really wanted to, okay, so before we start this show, I'm going to have Jalen read the scripture.
Okay, so today's scripture is Proverbs 18:24. It says, "One who has an unreliable friend soon comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother."
Yes, friends who stick closer than a brother. And so I thought that scripture would be timely for today because I've heard these two call each other brother because their friendship is so strong that they feel like they're brothers. And they've been friends since they were like 3 and 4 or maybe 4 and 5. So a long time. And so, and I also thought with it being graduation season that this would be the perfect time to have this conversation about friendship and the next phase in life. So help me congratulate Donovan, who graduated from high school last week. So congratulations to Donovan.
Thank you.
And Jalen, who is a rising senior. And so with these two having grown up together, I thought it would be great to just kind of start a conversation about what the next phase of life will be for them because they've been friends for so long and been doing a lot of things together. It's going to be a different type of lifestyle for the both of them, with Donovan going off to college and with Jalen being a rising senior. So Donovan, tell our audience what college you're going to.
I'm going to Mary Baldwin University.
And where's that?
It's close to Charlottesville, like now 30 minutes away.
Okay, so Charlottesville is in Virginia. So he's going to be going off. And tell him what you're going to be doing when you go to college.
I'm going to be playing soccer and majoring in business.
Okay. Wonderful. And Jalen is a rising senior once again. And so, Donovan, let me ask you a question. What advice would you have for Jalen at being a rising senior?
Don't get senioritis.
And what is senioritis?
You have all the credits that you need, and you're kind of like, forget these classes because I don't need it because I'm still going to graduate.
Oh, okay. Yes, Jalen, don't get senioritis. So Donovan said senioritis is when you have enough credits to graduate, but you completing this last year, and so you not really doing your schoolwork like you should because you already have what you need to graduate. So Jalen, yes, let's not get senioritis. So, ooh, okay. So, so Donovan, let me ask you this. If you had to tell Jalen one thing about your senior year that was most memorable, what would you tell them?
Graduation is the best.
Okay. Jalen, share with us what your thoughts are about being a rising senior. What do you think your senior year is going to be like?
I mean, it's just gonna be like junior year to me, except it's just gonna be a lot shorter.
Why is it going to be shorter?
Cause towards the end of the school year, I won't have to go to that last week or 2 weeks, and then that senior skip day is coming, so I'm gonna miss that day, and then yeah,
That's all he's concerned about, a senior skip day. Well, what if you have to go to school on senior skip day?
not happening.
Oh, okay. All right, already claiming it. So, Jalen and Donovan both have been playing soccer together off and on throughout their soccer careers. And this past year, Jalen decided to try out for the soccer team at school and made the team. And so both he and Donovan were on the soccer team. So what are you all going to miss most about playing soccer together?
Oh, Dane Fry and Michael.
We don't know what that is.
I bet.
We could explain.
Okay, go ahead, explain it.
You got it.
So we were playing at Freedom, and Michael is our striker. So he's the one who's supposed to score the most goals. He had 9 open chances, 7 of them without a keeper in the net, and he missed all 7. So now Dayton makes fun of him because everyone else has more goals than him. He's the striker.
Oh, okay. And is O'Dane, did he graduate as well?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So he won't be on the team next year.
No.
Okay, so what about the two of you all playing soccer together? Because at one point at the beginning of the season, you all were both playing defenders on the back line. So what was that like?
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
What was fun about it?
Well, we get to see all of the games, so we know we see more than everyone else does.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more of like a family thing. So you need defenders and you need a goalie to see the rest of the field for you.
Oh, okay. All right. And Jalen?
I mean, he pretty much summed it up. But I like playing on that defender because like we brought back like the dream team with me, him, and Corey. So yeah.
Okay. And Corey graduated as well?
Yes.
So they leaving you behind, Jalen. What's that going to be like for you next year on the soccer field?
It's gonna be very hard
Why?
Because Potomac cannot score.
for their life. For their life.
And what seems to be the problem with that?
They just don't finish their chances.
Yes.
So what are you going to do differently, Jalen, to help the team score next year?
I mean, I scored my chances, but like, there's only so much that you could do to help people. And like, I remember after one game, it was after our regional semifinal. I was asking one of our strikers when he was gonna score because he hadn't scored in a minute, and you know he got all butt hurt and decided to get in his chest. And it's just like, dude, it's not that deep. Just score your chances, and I won't have to say nothing.
So y'all just be out there talking trash.
Yeah.
Okay. So Donovan, let me ask you about college. So going off to college, are you nervous about anything about going to college?
No.
No? You looking forward to it?
Yes.
Why?
I would like to get out of this part of Virginia.
Okay.
Preach.
And you want to go too? You could have went this year. I tried to get you to go this year, but you was playing.
I'm not going to college at 16.
Why?
I can't have any fun.
Yes, you could have. They could have been calling you jailbait on the yard and everything. Yes, and then you would have looked like the smart one on the yard, 16 in college.
Oh.
Oh, see, you playing. So Donovan, when you go off to school, do you think you're gonna have any challenges your first year?
Yes.
Like what?
Keeping my grades up and staying awake.
Why is keeping your grades up gonna be a challenge?
Because I have a lot of work to do.
So why don't you just do it?
I gotta maintain. I got soccer to deal with, then practice, and then schoolwork. So I gotta figure out how to balance all 3.
Yes, you absolutely do. But you know, I think the good thing about it, Donovan, is that you're gonna be playing soccer, and your coach is gonna expect you to do study hall, right? And your coach is gonna expect you to do study hall not only with the team but outside the team. And so you're gonna have to be reporting back on that. So doing study hall, you might as well just do your work instead of just being in there socializing. So then when you leave study hall, you can be finished with your work, and then that way you won't get behind. So are you looking forward to the independence that college brings?
Yes.
You are. Why?
think I need to be away from my mother for a while.
Uh-oh.
Just to see how it is.
Okay. All right. Ain't Jayla, you don't want to get away from your mama, do you? he
No
has
comment.
he
We all
has
need that
issues.
time. You need that alone time to realize that you actually miss your mother when she's not around.
That's a
Yeah.
good point. That's a really good point.
Like for the weekends, I'll be fine, but you know, like maybe after a couple months, might come home.
It's gonna take you a couple months to miss me.
I give it like 3-4 weeks.
I mean, you barely here during the year anyway. You go on too many vacations.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I be on vacation with you at the soccer tournaments.
No, soccer to me is not a vacation
Oh,
because
it's-
technically I am still working during that vacation.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Jalen, what do you think your senior year is going to be like without Donovan being there next year?
It's gonna be pretty boring because we well, I'm not gonna say this on air.
Okay, good.
But yeah,
Don't say
it's
that
it's
on
pretty
air.
boring.
It's going to be pretty boring. So that means you're going to get straight A's because you ain't got nothing else to do? Question.
No
Answer.
comment.
What do you mean no comment? I'm trying to help you out.
I would try my hardest. We're gonna see where that goes.
Oh, okay, very good. Okay, that's all you can do is try your hardest. So let me ask you this. I know you all spend a lot of time together and you all have other friends, but how do you think your relationship is going to be different with Donovan being gone?
I mean, it'll definitely be interesting to see like if Michael come back around, cause like when Michael moved, now he live out the way and he don't drive, so like he don't hang out with us that much. So it's just me, Donovan, and Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see if Michael come back.
Oh, okay. So you think you're gonna Donovan? How you think it's gonna be different? Your friendship is gonna be different with you gone and Jalen still behind.
It's gonna be kind of boring, but then kind of fun at the same time. I get to meet new people. I have a new family, which will be the soccer team, but I'll have the same kids when I come back to hang out with.
You're not gonna be on them late night moves no more.
So, are you like having friends from when you were so little growing up and then moving on and there's a possibility that you and Jalen could be moving in different directions in terms of college. Who knows where he'll end up. Do you foresee you all staying friends throughout your lives?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good because I have quite a few friends that I grew up with and we're still connected. And so, you'll be surprised how as you age and you start to live your life, how sometimes you just distance make you grow apart. So it'll be interesting to watch you all come together when you come home from school or once Jalen go away to school next year, when you all are home together. It'll be interesting to watch that dynamic. And then when you add Brandon to the mix, he'll be his parents won't be living here anymore. So at some point they're going to be moving because of the military, and so it'll be interesting to see how you all kind of stay connected. So let me ask you this, Donovan, would you like what would you think about Jalen coming and playing soccer for the same school you play soccer for?
It would be fun.
Did y'all already talk about that?
No, I don't think so.
Would you like to go to college and play soccer where Donovan is playing?
Yeah, it would be fun.
Oh, that would be fun. That's all y'all know. Everything is fun.
I mean, if we go to the same college and we end up playing soccer for each other, we're just gonna end up talking about people. But yeah,
We'll do our jobs.
yeah.
Okay. So let me ask this question. Jalen, so last year in your junior year, what would you say was one of the most memorable times that you and Donovan had in your junior year? And he was a senior.
I mean, I can't really talk about that time, but
Okay, we'll talk about something you could talk about.
But Donovan know what I'm about to say. They joined at the lunch table. Let's see.
What's one of the things you and Donovan like to do together?
I mean, like inside school or outside of school.
Either.
I mean, inside of school, we just be cooling it. Like our little post up spot in the locker bay, we just be cooling it. But then outside of school, we just like to go everywhere. Yeah, like the movies, sometimes the mall, Sweet Frog.
Sweet Frog, yes. Sweet Frog has gotten plenty of my money.
I think the best is skate.
Yeah, skating.
Oh, okay. So do girls like y'all?
Girls love me.
Of course, but you know, can't love them back.
Oh, can't love them back?
Nah.
Oh, why?
I mean, I can't really say why, but you know. I said it to Donovan earlier. Donovan know why, but you know.
Okay. Okay, so Donovan, do you have a girlfriend?
Yes, I do.
So did she graduate as well?
Yes.
So is she going off to school? What school is she going to?
VCU.
Oh, okay. So y'all gonna be in different directions. So what do you think is gonna happen to the relationship?
I honestly do not know.
Okay. Well, I tell you, when I went off to college back in the day, I had a boyfriend, and that didn't last long. 'Cause I got to the college, and it was new boys, right? So yeah, that relationship ended. So that's probably gonna be your fate too. So just go ahead and break a heart now. Jalen, you have a girlfriend?
Nah, I'm done with girls for right now.
Since when?
Since it's summer.
The summer not even here yet.
It's summer.
Oh, okay. All right. So what you gonna do for the whole summer?
Cool it.
Donovan, when do you leave to go to school?
August 16th.
Oh, okay. You don't have to be there early.
That is
That is early. Oh, okay. Okay. Is that early because it's freshman orientation, or is that early because of soccer?
because of soccer.
Oh, okay. So when you all start practicing and stuff. Oh, okay. So
It's a fitness.
2 weeks of fitness. So what you gonna do between now and August 16th to stay in shape?
I have a workout I have to do
Oh, okay.
that the coaches have sent to the players.
Okay. You should take Jalen with you. I think y'all should do it together because this is gonna be the last summer where y'all gonna really be working out together, and Jalen needs to stay in shape as well. And so, it'll be good for Jalen to because he's in really good shape right now. So if he work out with you, you should just call him up and drag him out the house because he's just gonna be at home laying down.
Go to Planet Fitness. It's free.
I heard about that.
Jalen, don't you think that's a good idea for y'all to be working out together?
I mean, sure. Why not? I'm not doing nothing anyway.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So let's talk about the next phase in life. Like, what do you think? Like, what's your plan? What's your goal for your life, Donovan?
Make a lot of money, be happy, and have a good family.
Okay. So what are you gonna do to make a lot of money?
I'm majoring in business, but I'm also gonna take cybersecurity classes over the summer.
Okay. So how does that translate into making a lot of money?
Cybersecurity is it's going to be upcoming big since we have all this technology. They're going to need people to figure out what's going on with it, and that's one of the ways you can make a lot more money.
Okay. So what's a lot of money to you? What does that equate to?
Enough to support myself, like keep everything steady, keep the bills going, have a decent house, not a really big house, but a decent house that supports myself.
Mm-hmm. So how are you going to approach your job like you approach school?
No,
Why?
because school isn't like having a job, not at all.
It is like having a job. That is your job.
I don't get no money for it.
No, you go to school now to get paid later.
Oh.
So Jalen, are you gonna approach your job like you approach school?
Nah, cause like my job, I'm gonna get paid for it, and I gotta be really good at what I'm getting paid for.
And what are you gonna do to make a lot? You gonna make a lot of money too?
Yeah,
Doing what?
marine biology.
What do you like about that?
I mean, I just like learning about the ocean.
Okay. So what? Just all things ocean?
Yeah, like the plant and animal life.
Oh, okay. So do you read about that stuff?
Occasionally, yes, I do.
Do you watch it on like Nat
All
Geographic?
all the time.
Oh, okay.
All the time.
All right. So we're gonna have somebody doing business in cybersecurity, and then we're gonna have Jalen doing marine biology. So it'll be interesting to see where you actually end up in your life. It's good to have, something to shoot towards. So, but it'll be interesting to see if you actually end up there, because you all are at such young ages that you just really don't know where you're gonna end up, right? But it's good to at least have a plan for now, and then move towards accomplishing that plan, and then see where you end up. Because when I left to go to college, I was going to be a doctor. I was going to be a neurosurgeon. And I got to school, and I was doing everything but going to school. Don't do that when y'all go to school, because that's not good. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? So, Jaylen, let me ask you this. What?
No reason.
Let me ask you this. So, this will be your 4th year at Potomac, right? And you have other friends other than Donovan. And so, do you think you'll make new friends, or do you think you'll just stick with the friends you have?
Honestly, I think I'm gonna stick with the friends I have, cause I like them. Like, they're my friends for a reason.
Okay.
I like them. So, and yeah.
So let me ask you this. So what is it that you like about, what's the number one characteristic you like about Donovan? And Donovan, I'm going to ask you the same thing about Jalen, that has kept y'all friends all of these years.
I mean, he's pretty funny.
Speak up.
He's pretty funny, especially when we talking about people. But
Is that all y'all like to do is talk about people?
No,
Oh.
it just happens.
I mean, yeah, it just happens. It's not like we just walk out the house and one day and we just like, oh yeah, we gonna talk about a lot of people today. Like, if we just see them and some don't look right, we just gonna talk about them.
Oh, okay. So Donovan, what's the one characteristic you say you like about Jalen?
It's got to be the humor and the personality.
Okay. He funny?
That's how you have fun. You gotta make the other person laugh and
Exactly.
smile. It has to be enjoyable. If you're always serious all the time, people aren't gonna want to hang out with you.
Okay.
Gotta have a balance.
Okay, so do you all ever give each other advice about school?
No,
Why?
because we are two completely different people when it comes to school.
Oh, okay. How?
Well, one, he takes higher classes,
Uh-huh.
so something that's hard to him is probably way harder for me, and something that may be easy for me is harder for him.
Okay. All right. So you think that's why y'all don't give each other advice about school?
Yes.
Oh, do y'all encourage each other to do well in school, or y'all just don't even talk about school? That's just not something y'all talk about.
No, we talk about school sometimes, just
Yeah,
not all the time.
But not
No.
all the time.
Okay, but do you encourage each other
Yes.
Yeah.
to do well?
Yes.
I trust, not just be up there clowning around, cooling it.
No.
Don't say that.
Don't say that. Don't say cooling it.
Oh, you want to share with the viewers your new word that you
Well,
learned?
I'm Jai. I'm Jai funny. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that.
I'm still trying to figure out who taught you that.
I taught myself. I
No,
keep
you
telling
did.
on
You did
here,
not.
what?
You did not. You did not teach yourself that. Who
I
taught you?
did.
Who taught you that?
I taught myself. Anyway,
She lying.
so- I don't know what's wrong with them. Why they think I'm not cool? I'm real cool. I've been cool since way before y'all was born. Matter of fact, if you look up cool in the dictionary, you'll see my picture.
You want to test that theory? we got technology all around us.
Whatever. Anywho, so what questions should y'all parents be asking y'all that they're not asking y'all?
What questions should they be asking me?
More like, which questions shouldn't they be asking? Like,
Which
do
questions
I,
they shouldn't be asking?
like, do I have a girlfriend every week?
You don't want your father asking you that every week.
No, he don't care about that. It's you, you.
But shouldn't I know if you have a girlfriend?
I mean, yeah, but like not every girl. I mean, like not every girl might not be worthy enough to meet you.
I didn't say I wanted to meet him. I just said, I didn't ask you to meet none of those Srirachis. I just asked you, do you have a girlfriend? Because I just need to I need to know so I can keep up.
My answer will probably be no.
Why? Because you don't want me to know? Should I ask Donovan if you have a girlfriend? Because I know he knows.
I mean, go ahead, Donovan. Do I have a girlfriend?
No.
That's your story. You sticking to it, huh?
I do not have one.
So, Donovan, would you say your mother shouldn't be asking you questions? If there are questions you wish your mother wouldn't ask you?
No. Not really.
Oh. So is she asking the right questions?
Yes.
Okay, good. Jalen, is your mother asking the right questions?
Everyone except for that one question.
Oh, okay. So let me ask y'all this. How do you think growing up now is different than when your parents grew up?
We have a lot more technology.
Mm-hmm.
We're more advanced.
Y'all more advanced than we were?
Yes.
How?
Mentally.
Mentally?
No. I mean, like, technology-wise, we're more advanced.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to, like, the actual brain, I think y'all got it.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
well, that's good. As long as you know we smart.
Because y'all couldn't like if y'all were like weren't sure about something, you couldn't just like pick up your phone and look it up. You had to go to the encyclopedia.
Yes, we did.
And have to look it up.
Okay, and what? So that made us smarter.
I mean, yeah. Now we don't have to go through this huge book to find out what color the sky is. We can just look it up.
Oh, okay. So do you think do you think what you read using technology is always accurate?
No.
No.
Okay.
Well, there's different sites that are accurate. Like Wikipedia isn't accurate because anybody can just log on there and change it.
Oh, okay. So, Jalen, can we talk about that subject we was talking about in the car the other day when we went to dinner with your daddy?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so
actually,
audience.
no, I want to tell the story.
Okay, go ahead. Tell the story.
Okay, so we were in Springfield and we passed someplace, and I asked my dad what it was, and he said it was a gentleman's club, and I said, "Oh, okay." So here comes Mom, all curious about how I know what a gentleman's club is, and I was like, "Mom, they have a game for this. It's called GTA," and so she was like, "Well, what's GTA?" I was like, "It's a game where you can go in there and you can go to a strip club," and then so I pulled it up on my phone. And I showed all of them, and I showed my dad before I showed her, and she was really confused about why I showed him when he was driving. But yeah, he's the one who answered my questions, so he had to see it.
So it's interesting that you would even have such a game on your phone, right? And so I just, as a parent, I'm just wondering. I don't really want to know the answer.
I mean, I'll tell you the answer. Like that's not the only thing that you can do in that game. Like you can go on missions, and you can go in a story mode, and you can play like as a completely different character, and then that's just one of the things that you can do in that game.
Oh,
But
okay.
most of us don't do that.
Most of y'all don't do that. Y'all just go to the strip
'Cause
club?
It's just a waste of money,
Yeah,
to be honest.
it's a waste of your money. You'd rather go around and with the people in the lobby and do heists and all that. It's better.
So, do y'all talk about the proper uses of technology, or y'all just say, "Oh, look at this," and then y'all just pass it around? And then when somebody show you something, you just pick it up and load it to your phone? Or do you think this is something I probably shouldn't have on my phone?
Could you be more specific?
Like strip clubs.
I mean, it's already out there. There's nothing else that we could do about it. So, and we're gonna find about it, or we're gonna find out about it one day in our lives. So why not that day be today?
Why not that day be today? Okay. To me that's interesting as a parent, because I would think that you would be. I mean, I appreciate the honesty, really. I like honesty. So that works for me. But I would just like to think that as young men, coming up that y'all would, kind of encourage each other not to look at that kind of material yet?
Until we older.
Yes.
Okay, but like I said, why not that day be today? I mean, it's gonna happen one day, so there's no reason why it shouldn't happen today.
Okay, so let me switch topics and ask you about this. I know we talked about this a little bit earlier, but the docuseries When They See Us, Jalen, I know you've watched more than what Donovan has watched, and right now it is the buzz all over social media, and everybody's looking at it and talking about it. What are your thoughts behind that, Jalen?
I mean, I kind of already knew what to expect just because of like the time period and like the attitude of the cops in that thing. Because I watch a lot of Law and Order, so I've seen this kind of thing before, and so I mean it's unfortunate, but it happened, and it might still happen today. I don't know, but yeah.
And Donovan, I know you said you saw just a little bit of it. What's your thoughts about it?
It's pretty bad, only because they don't actually have proof, and all the little kids are lying. But the lady wants them to go down for something that they really didn't do, so they were basically trying to do anything they can so that she keeps her job. And it's just not right.
And so, being young African American men, have you had any encounters with the cops,
No.
Jalen?
No.
So, are you all confident that if you have an encounter with the cop, you know what to do?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, what would you do?
Not reach for anything.
Even
Tell you that.
What if they told you to?
Okay,
If they tell me to, okay, I'll reach for it.
Don't.
but if they tell me to like reach for my wallet or something, I'll be like, okay, I'm reaching for my wallet, and then and if they shoot me, then they got their little camera on their thing. So
They don't turn those on.
Right. So if they tell you, I don't know if y'all saw this video, but there's a video out where the cop was trying to get the guy to put his car and park, and he had his hands up, and he was just like, "No, I'm not doing it. I'm not reaching for anything because I know you just want to shoot me." Because the cop already had his gun out, and so he was like, "No, I'm not turning the car off. I'm not putting it in park. I'm not doing anything. I'm just holding my hands up." And so that saved his life, and so you got to be careful. Even if they tell you to reach for something, don't do it, because that's going to be them saying they thought you was reaching for a gun, and that's going to give them courage to shoot you. So even if they tell you, don't do it. And so on When They See Us, that first episode, the first series of the 4-part series, was the toughest for me to watch because I was just appalled that adults were forcing these young men to lie and make up this story, and they knew that these kids were innocent, and they decided to take them through this process anyway. And to me, it was just completely disgusting. It was very hard to watch, and the whole time I was watching it, I couldn't help but to think about you all and think, if you were in that situation, would you know what to do?
Yes.
If they punching you in the face and knocking you out the chair and telling you if you don't write this confession or sign this piece of paper, can you handle that? Are you prepared for that kind of behavior?
Yes.
yeah, I don't know.
My mother told me one word.
What?
Lawyer.
Yes, absolutely.
She said lawyer and take a nap.
Yep, absolutely. And Jalen, I know you and I talked about that. Just making sure that the only thing you say is, I want an attorney. That's it. You don't have to say nothing other than that, but I want an attorney. And, it's unfortunate that as an African American mother, I have to have these conversations with you all because this is the reality of the world. And so I just pray that you all never have to encounter the bad cops, because not all cops are bad cops.
Yeah.
But I just hope you never have to encounter the bad cops, because that story was extremely hard for me to watch. And I remember when it happened, back when it happened, and just bringing it up today and watching it again just brought up so many raw emotions for me. It was just scary. So just be careful out here in these streets. Don't give them a reason to pull you over, right? Drive the speed limit, put your seatbelt on, use your turn signals when you shifted lanes, all of that, because all they need is one reason, and they'll pull you over, and that could be a matter of life and death. So, anything else y'all want to add to that about that story? Okay, good. So we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we are going to continue our conversation with these two young gentlemen.
Welcome to Sisters in Company Talking About It live show. Hosted by me, Dr. Sharon Cradle and Sherelle Higgins. We will be discussing intriguing, intricate, inspirational, informative, and intelligent topics with our individual twists and talents.
We will present real stories, real solutions, and engage in real talk.
So we invite you to be our company every Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock p.m. as we focus on transcendent thinking that will move you forward. You become the company you keep. What company do you keep?
Oh yeah, we are biological sisters by way of the south side of Chicago. So get ready to keep company with us and our guests as we talk about it.
Okay, welcome back. I was reading some of the comments on Facebook, and I want to ask the gentleman a question about your passion. So, Donovan, what's your passion? What is that one thing you're just so passionate about?
Soccer.
Okay.
Ja.
Jalen said Ja. So I guess soccer is your answer too?
Yes.
Why are you all passionate about soccer? What is it that soccer do for you?
It keeps me in shape, and it's really fun to play, and the connection that you make with your teammates is
One of a
lasts
kind.
for a long time. No matter if they leave the team or if they stay, it's always a strong connection between the rest of the team.
Okay. Jalen?
I mean, yeah, he pretty much summed it up. But yeah, like he said, like even if your teammates like leave the team, you still have like a special connection to them, and you're always gonna think of them as your teammate.
So what about the coaches?
Oh God.
They play a big role.
They play a big role.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the coach makes the difference in whether you have a good team or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you think the coach listens to the team in terms of different strategies that y'all should be using, or different people playing different positions?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Have you ever? I don't mention nobody's name, but have you ever played for a coach that you didn't necessarily like?
Yes.
Jalen.
I mean, I like their attitude. I just don't like their coaching style.
Okay. So how do you continue to enjoy something that you don't necessarily like the coach, or agree with some of their coaching ways?
I mean, you just gotta go out on the field and do you. Like, don't really pay attention to the coach. Like, just go out there and show out. Cause you never know who's watching you. So, just gotta go out there and do your best every game.
Donovan.
In the end, it really matters how you play. It's not about the coach. Like, yes, you're making the coach look great, but without the players, the coach doesn't have a job, and the coach doesn't look good. So it just depends on how you play. If you play well, you make everyone else around you look better.
So, Donovan, let me ask you this. So, as far as I can remember, right, I think pretty much you've been playing the same position, right?
Yes.
So, is that a position that you just enjoy playing, or has there been a time where you wished you could have played another position?
I enjoy it now, but back then there was positions that I really wanted to play, but not anymore.
Okay. And so back then, when there were other positions, did you speak up to the coach and say, let me try playing another position, or did you just play wherever they told you?
I asked if I could play there.
Okay, did they let you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And then that's when I figured out I didn't like it.
Just look good from the back, huh?
Yes.
Jalen, what about you? I know you play different positions, depending on the team you're on.
Depending on the coach.
Yeah, depending on the coach. So, what do you think about that?
I mean, the positions that like I really like in playing are like striker and then winger and then outside back. But like some coach, no names, but he wants to put me right in the middle of the field, and I do not like that at all. Cause like for the people who haven't seen me play, I'm fast, and like in the middle, it's really congested, and there's like no room for me to run. That's why I like playing on the outsides.
I agree. I like to see you play on the outsides too, because I do like to see you run. And so, how do you having that coach put you in the middle like that, and really constraining you and not allowing you to use your talent? How did you get through that?
I mean, I got through it because one game I was just really tired of it, so I went up top. I went to striker because I switched with him, and at first he was a little mad, but then I scored, and then he was like, "Okay, maybe we should try you at that position more often," like we have been telling him for the whole season. But it's cool.
So when you go into the workplace, right? They're gonna give you different tasks that you may not necessarily enjoy doing. And so this is actually good practice, because when you get these new assignments at work that you don't necessarily enjoy doing them, you're going to still have to do them and do your best at them. And so just kind of think about the translation from there, that they won't just keep giving you the same thing to do over and over and over again, because that's what you're good at. Plus, you'll get bored at it. So when y'all on the soccer field, right? Talk to me about different situations that you encounter with the other team. I know, Jalen, you had an instance on the soccer field where didn't somebody call you the N-word?
Yeah, somebody called me the N-word.
Yeah. So how did you handle that?
I mean, I'm not going to say exactly what I said.
Okay, yeah, don't say exactly what you said, but kind of paraphrase it.
He ain't bothered me
Goggles.
after I said what I said.
Goggles.
Oh, yeah. So for the people who haven't seen me play, I wear like these sports glasses. And we were at a tournament in Pennsylvania. Before I even got to my position, the other team's goalkeeper walked past me, and he was like, "Oh, they got goggles." I was like, "All right, bet." So after I scored, I pointed to him and I said something, but I'm not gonna say what I said.
Right.
And he ain't talked to me again.
So you give it back to him on the soccer field,
Oh yeah,
Donovan?
yeah. I don't go
Yes.
like nothing.
So y'all out there, and being in the stands, you can't really tell that y'all doing that much communicating back and forth on the soccer field. So there's a lot of trash talking on the soccer field.
Yes.
Definitely.
Especially when you get older. Yes.
And especially when you play against like other people that you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Like your high school team playing against other high school teams, and that team has some of your travel team members on it.
Yeah, like after the Forest Park game.
Oh, you was talking trash to Brandon?
Beast money goggles.
No.
Smoke.
Okay, so the funny thing was, our striker who doesn't score was talking trash to the other team. And then they came back talking about he didn't do nothing. And then I jumped in the conversation and I was like, "But I did," and I just walked off.
So, I don't think you realize like what foundation soccer is giving you all as men, right? Because sometimes you all play teams that are like really aggressive, right? And so how do you handle that? Because I know I've seen a difference in the level of aggression on the soccer field as you all have gotten older. When you were younger, y'all played more nicely. But now it's a lot of bodying up and a lot of, pushing and shoving going on. So how do you deal with that?
I keep the mentality that I have to win,
Okay.
and I'll do anything to win.
Okay.
Yeah. Like sometimes you just got to prove them wrong. Like I remember when we had that tournament like 2 weeks ago and we played that team from Florida. And there was like this one left back who like he must have read like my soccer profile or something, because he must have known that I was fast, and he was just grabbing on me like the whole game. It wasn't letting me run. I was like, all right. So when we were going for a free ball, like, not even gonna lie, I like hip checked him, and he wasn't grabbing me no more. And then his other teammate tried to grab my jersey, and he almost ripped my jersey. And I just bodied him off of me, and then on the same play I scored.
So are you all considered aggressive on the soccer field yourselves?
Yes.
Yeah,
Other teams think y'all are aggressive?
Yes.
yeah.
And do you think you have to play with aggression in order to win?
Not
Yes.
all the time.
I mean,
but you
it
have to
depends
have
on.
some type of urgency.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so, let me ask y'all this. I've noticed, as y'all been playing soccer, like there's not a lot of African American men who play soccer. So do you ever think about that?
Yes, we have a stereotype for them. They're really good and fast. That's what other teams see when they see black kids on the team.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they think they're really fast and they're really good.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Have you ever played on a team where you were the only black male?
No.
No, there's always been at least one.
Okay. All right. And Jalen, you never been the only one?
No.
Okay. Well, that's good because it's soccer is a lot more popular here than it is, say, in like the city of Chicago.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to see like my nephew is now playing soccer in Chicago, so that's a good thing. It's starting to spread out across the country, and so that's a good thing. Hopefully, let me ask you this, Donovan: if more HBCUs play soccer, would you consider going to a HBCU to play soccer?
I don't know.
You don't know. What about you, Jalen?
Probably not,
Why?
because I feel like if I went to a HBCU, like I would get distracted easily.
Why do you think that is? What do you think the difference is?
I mean, it's just HBCU is kind of like a bigger school, and it'll have a lot more people than say like Mary Baldwin would. And yeah, I would just get distracted easily by going to parties and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's an honest answer. And you're right. HBCUs, they do party, and so you got to figure out, like, you have to make the decision what's important to you, and constantly remind yourself why you're there. But if you're playing soccer, I think that's going to be good for both of you all because that's going to force you to have to make a certain GPA. And so, let me ask you this: would you consider pledging, Donovan, a fraternity?
No.
No, why not?
I don't want to put my dedication into just that.
Okay. What about you, Jalen?
Probably not. I can't see myself doing something like that.
Why?
I don't know. I just can't.
Do you all know like what that means to be a part of a fraternity?
No,
No, not really.
exactly.
Oh, okay.
In the movies, they just make it look like parties.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
don't do those. So.
Well, it's much more than just a party, right? Being in a fraternity is about brotherhood. It's about community service and about giving back. And so you just never know, right? Don't just rule it out. Might be something you're interested in, but just know that hazing is never a good thing. And so you got to be careful about when you start pledging, making sure that people are following the rules and not trying to haze people, because people get seriously injured and sometimes die from hazing. And so that's definitely not what fraternities are about. Those are usually isolated incidences. So just kind of keep that in mind. Because do you have anybody in your family in fraternities, Donovan?
No.
Jalen? Who?
I mean, not like in our house, but in our family, yes.
Who?
Our cousin Jose.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what fraternity he's in, and then my uncle Ira.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's it.
You don't know what fraternities they in?
No,
Omega Psi Phi? Q Dog?
I heard of it, but I didn't know what that it is.
Okay, that's the fraternity that both of them are in.
Oh.
Yeah. And so, they're very much involved in the fraternity, especially Uncle, and giving back. He go into the prisons and talk to the inmates and try to uplift them and keep them encouraged. So if and when they get released, that they go out and do something positive with their life. So there's a lot you can do being a part of a fraternity, and it's about access, right? Access to things you may not necessarily have access to. I know in some instances, this is not always the case, but in some instances, if you're applying for a job and you have on your resume that you pledged a certain fraternity and the hiring manager is in that same fraternity, they may look at you before they look at anybody else just because y'all have that connection. So, if that's something that you're interested in later, don't rule it out. It might be worth your time. I didn't pledge because, I wasn't interested, but it might work for y'all. So, gentlemen, we have about 4 minutes left. And as usual, this time goes by really quickly. Do you have any closing thoughts? And I'm going to check our Facebook feed to see if we have any other questions out here. Oh, what's the biggest issue you think the world is facing today?
Probably racism.
I agree.
Why? Why you say racism?
I mean, that's
Causes the most problems for us.
Yeah.
How?
Just things that have happened overseas and things that have happened in our past history. It's really bad.
Do you experience racism?
Not very often.
Okay.
Yeah, not very often.
Do you think racism is more prevalent in adults than it is in your generation?
Probably.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, somebody want to know if y'all ever been in a fight.
Of course not. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Got issues. Oh yeah. Got issues. Let me see. Uh-oh. Siobhan said, I already got to school you on his fraternity, Jay.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one. What is manhood to you? What does that mean?
It's like being able to take care of yourself and plus your family too. And then being like a role model to the younger people that's around you.
What about you, Donovan? What's manhood to you?
Being physically and mentally strong and being able to make the other people around you better and have them make you a better person.
Do you think respect comes with manhood?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you think so how do you think manhood translates in relationship with a woman? So when you get older and you start thinking about settling down with somebody, maybe possibly picking a wife, how do you think your manhood should display itself?
You gotta have her in your mind all the time, 24/7. She has to be safe or you're not safe.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I agree.
So do y'all believe that women have a certain role in the house and men have a certain role in the house?
I mean, no, because everybody can do anything that they want to. Yeah.
I agree, Jalen. I agree with you 100%. So you think men should wash dishes, men should cook, men should do laundry?
I mean, Dad
Not
do
all
that.
the time.
Dad
but
do
yes,
that anyway.
They should at least help.
Dad do that anyway.
What about you?
What about me?
You think you'll be doing that when you settle down with?
I mean, probably.
It's like when people complain about their job washing the dishes. I do that every other day. I don't get paid. So if I was to get paid to do it, it's light work.
So we have less than 30 seconds left. I want to say to these two gentlemen, thank you for coming and sharing with us. You all will be surprised how just kind of talking to you all on air really is helping other parents, right, who have kids, because there's no blueprint to how to parent, and so most parents are just trying to do the best that they can. And so just kind of listening to you all is maybe giving another parent some insight on what type of questions they should be asking their kids, and where they should be drawing the line on certain topics, right? And really just sitting down having interesting conversations, because those conversations you'll remember as you grow older, and you'll always remember what your parents said for you, told you that you thought was good advice. So thank you all for coming, and we will see you all next Sunday. Sharon will be back, and we have a guest for next Sunday. I'm drawing a blank on who it is right now, but tune in. We thank you all for tuning in every Sunday, and we'll see you next Sunday at 3 o'clock. Have a good day.